Good morning, beautiful people. I hope that all is well in your world and this day becomes a very, very good day for you and all of your wonderful, 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 wonderful black loved ones. My brothers and sisters, frequently, I just heard it on one of the cable TV stations this morning. White folks. It is always white folks that do this. Nevertheless, it is not absolute because I'm sure that there are some black folks out there that will put a microphone and a camera in front of them and suggest that the overwhelming majority of white cops are good cops. To the contrary, I would ask you to consider this. If you watch the video of the 4 cops that was involved in the public murder, the public lynching of Mr. George Floyd, if you look at the face of the one with the knee on his neck, that white boy is being entertained. That white boy has an insatiable appetite to see black folks die, to watch, or to inflict death upon black folks. That is not the first black person that he has murdered. Check out his record. He has a history of shooting and killing black folks. But on that particular day, he had the opportunity to do it close up, to touch Mr. George Floyd until he could feel that Mr. Floyd was no longer able to breathe. Hence is why the knee was on the neck. He could feel Mr. George Floyd gasping for breath. He could feel that he was causing. He could physically feel that, the white cop could, that he was causing Mr. George Floyd's death. And the other 3 white cops that stood around, watched, said nothing, did nothing, those white cops are representative of all white cops. There are no good white cops. There are no good white cops. They are either representative of the white cop that had the knee on the neck, or they are replicates of the 3 that stood around, said nothing, did nothing, and then participated in putting lies in the report that they submitted. The report was laced with lies, creations, stating that Mr. Floyd was on drugs and there was drugs in his possessions. All of that bullshit that racist, murdering white cop usually do. I am surprised that they didn't plant drugs on Mr. Floyd's body. I am surprised that they didn't plant drugs in Mr. Floyd's vehicle, because that is what those racist, murdering white cops do. We had in that murder a good representation of white cops. There are no good white cops. they're either animalistic enough to kill on camera, or they are animalistic enough to watch another white boy kill black folks on camera. That's who white cops are. So when you hear these anchors, these reporters, these politicians suggest that the overwhelming majority of white cops are good cops, you say bullshit. That is not true. And the question is, why? Where are all of those good white cops when these so-called a few bad apples, a few bad white cops are killing people unarmed, handcuffs, suffocating them with a knee on the neck? Where were the good white cops? They were not around. The ones that was there stood around, watched, did nothing, participated, and then participated in creating a false report.